Okay, picture this. The lights flicker and die. The hum of the fridge goes silent. For most people, that's the start of panic. But for your family, it's go time. Today, we're going to turn that chaos into a coordinated 72-hour family mission. Let's get right into it.
This quote, it really hits you, doesn't it? We're not talking about a simple inconvenience here. 3 days. That's about how long it takes for grocery stores to be picked clean, for gas pumps to stop working, and for the water to stop flowing. So a plan isn't just a nice idea. It's your family's insurance policy against things getting very, very real.
So I have to ask you, what's your protocol? Right now, this second. If you're drawing a blank, hey, that's okay. That's exactly why we're here. Just think of this as your official mission briefing. The whole goal is to make your family a calm, prepared, and, an incredibly effective team when the grid goes down.
Right. Let's talk about that first hour. It is absolutely critical. What your family does or doesn't do in these first 60 minutes pretty much sets the stage for everything else. So let's make every single second count.
This is your first drill. The instant the power dies, you and your family have 3 minutes. That's it, 3 minutes to get total lighting control. Step 1, your designated lighting lead grabs the main, powerful flashlight. We'll call it the command light. Step 2, they use that light to move through the house and turn on all your other battery-powered lights. And step 3, the most important one, black out every single window. Let's just think about the psychology of this for a second. In a major power outage, a house that's all lit up doesn't scream safety. It screams, hey everyone, we were prepared. We have batteries, we have food, we have stuff. You want to look like you're home, but you don't want to look like you're sitting on a stockpile. So pulling those blinds makes you a much, much less interesting target. Okay, lights are secured. Mission 1 is complete. But another clock is already ticking, and it is ticking fast. See, our water systems rely on electric pumps to work. When the grid goes down, those pumps stop. That means your window to get water is closing by the minute.
Think about this number, over 100 gallons. While most people are still fumbling around wondering what happened, your family can create a massive water reserve. You're basically turning your home into a temporary reservoir. You fill up every bathtub, every sink, every pot, and every bucket you own.
Now, here's the part that almost everyone forgets, and it's a lifesaver. Just because water is coming out of your tap doesn't mean it's safe to drink. The treatment plants are down too. You have got to purify it. And luckily, it's super simple. All it takes is 2 or 3 drops of plain, unscented household bleach per gallon. That's it. That'll kill the nasty stuff and keep your family from getting sick.
Okay, you've made it through that chaotic first hour. Now the mission shifts. We're talking about securing your home base and managing your supplies to get through the first full day.
I want you to think like a medic on a battlefield, but for your fridge. That fridge is only going to stay cold for about 4 hours once the power is out, so you have to do food triage. You eat the perishables first, the leftovers, the milk, the fresh meat. That stuff has to go. You save the canned goods and dry pasta for later. This isn't just about preventing waste, it's about preventing a nasty case of food poisoning. Yeah, your electric stove, it's now just a really heavy piece of furniture. You need a way to cook without power. A little portable propane stove is your new best friend here. And listen, do not underestimate the power of comfort foods. A hot cup of coffee, a little bit of chocolate, that can be a huge morale booster when things feel uncertain. In really extreme weather, hot or cold, trying to manage the temperature of your entire house is a battle you're just going to lose. So the strategy is to shrink your world. You're not living in a whole house anymore, you're living in one single defensible room. So the tactics are totally different depending on the season, but the idea is the same. Control your immediate space. In the winter, you'll seal off a small room, pile on the layers and blankets, and huddle together to share body heat. In the summer, you do the opposite. You block the sun all day, open windows at night for cross breeze, and hang wet towels to cool the air down.
And this is how you make it all work as a team. You assign these roles before anything ever happens. When everyone knows their job, panic gets replaced with purpose. You've got your lighting lead, your water chief, and check this out, a morale officer. That person's job is to lead games and keep everyone's spirits up. Everybody has a vital part to play.
So after that first 24 hours, the reality of the situation really starts to sink in. This might not be over quickly. Now the mission changes from immediate reaction to long-term sustainment. Your smartphone is about to become a very pretty paperweight. You know, cell towers only have so much backup power. This is where a hand crank emergency radio becomes your single most important link to the outside world. Walkie-talkies are also great for staying in touch with neighbors. The key here is redundancy. You never, ever want to rely on just one thing.
In a long outage, a simple cut can get infected and become a huge problem. And running out of critical medication, well, that can be a death sentence. Your medical kit has to cover more than just Band-Aids. You need your prescriptions, stuff for burns and stomach issues, and a whole lot of hygiene supplies to keep everyone from getting sick. This is absolutely non-negotiable.
This right here, this is the survivor mindset. It's not about how much stuff you have. It's about how smart you are with what you've got. Duct tape isn't just tape. It can patch a leak, be a makeshift bandage, or fix a tool. A blanket isn't just for warmth. It's a privacy curtain, a signal, a way to block a draft. Every single item needs to have multiple uses.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the hardest part of this whole mission. This is the critical call. At some point, you might have to decide if your home, your fortress, is still the safest place for your family. And that's a decision you have to plan for, not make up on the fly.
You know, these kinds of situations tend to escalate in predictable ways. Day 1 is all about preparation. Days 2 and 3 are about being really strict with your supplies. But by the time you hit day 4, 5, and beyond, desperation can start to set in out there. Social order can get a little shaky. That's your critical decision window.
This is a decision you absolutely cannot make based on fear in the moment. You need clear, logical triggers that your family has already agreed on. If your neighborhood is calm, your supplies are good, and your home is safe, you stay put. But if violence starts getting closer, if your water supply gets contaminated, or if someone has a medical emergency you can't handle, it's time to go. It's time to execute your evacuation plan. No hesitation.
All right, we've walked through the whole mission, from the first 3 minutes all the way to that critical call on day 4. So now what? Well, let's wrap this up with your immediate action plan. Consider this your homework.
If you're starting this from scratch, please don't get overwhelmed. Just focus on these 5 things. They are the cornerstones of everything we've talked about. Good lights, a way to purify water, a way to cook, a way to get information, and a first aid kit that's more than just Band-Aids. This is your foundation. Get these 5 things, and you are already way ahead of the curve.
Look, knowledge is great, but knowledge without action is just entertainment. You now have the complete blueprint to keep your family safe and in control. The only question left is the one right there on your screen. When does your family's first training mission begin?